Welcome to the show called Yatu Vibes by Prime TV. Excited to be back on another edition. Excited to talk about conversations, some of very interesting conversations. And also today we want to get to find out about the upcoming event and also for getting the album launch for the one and only Ashman. I don't even know how I'm supposed to introduce her, but I feel like she's done so much. And you can't talk about gospel music without mentioning her. I was even telling someone saying, if you mention the 5 female artists in Zambia, not just in gospel music, because some of us, we don't just categorize music saying, we're in a gospel artist, we're a secular artist. When we do our countdowns, we don't care which song is which song. Whatever people like, it gets to make it on our countdown. She goes by the name Esther. Good evening. How are you doing?
Well, thank you. How are you, PMC?
I'm all right.
I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for that introduction.
I was trying to, by all means, to find the right way to get to put the words.
No, I'm humbled.
But I mean every way that I said.
Yeah, thank
I feel
you
like
so
you've been
much.
putting in so much work.
Thank you.
And finally, the talk. I remember when the conversation about this.
Yes.
You even mentioned saying you're going to be dropping an album.
Right here.
Yes,
Then
right here on this show. The announcement.
Yeah.
How is everything going? Maybe let's talk about this year, 2023, before we get to the album on your side.
Really, it has been around the album.
Yeah.
That's what has kept us busy. You know, the team and the whole ministry as a whole. And it's been very beautiful. People have received it so well, even before the actual album comes out. Of course, we have 2 singles so far from the album. That's Fearless and Asumbulwe. And even just the reception from the people has been very, very encouraging. So we've put in quite a lot, I can't lie. You see everything, like your prayer, what, kamane, and all of those things.
I can see how tired you still look on TV right now. I can even tell someone's putting in so much work. Are you resting though?
I'm trying, yes. At least I'm making sure at least whenever I'm not really needed, I'm resting.
Okay.
Yeah. So
let's have a conversation. Like, how long did it take you for you to say, okay, I'm finally okay. We can drop this album. We can set a date. Like, how long did it take you?
That's a very good question. So the time we started recording it, with church and the rest of the team was, I think, officially in January we started the talks, and in February we started recording. So it took a whole year. So as we were reaching December is when now we said, okay, you know what? We can now set a date because I think things are practically done now. And that's when the dates were leading to, my favorite month, you know how I am about April. And that's how
Your birth month?
My birth month?
Yeah.
Yes, and that's how we set a date in April for the release of this particular album, which is called Umwala. Yeah.
Let's talk about the title. It's a Bemba title.
It's a Bemba title, yeah.
Basically, what inspired you to name it that title, and what does it mean?
Yes, so it means crown. So that's Umwala. You've been crowned, and I take it 3 ways. So one of the reasons why we named it Umwala is because I feel this being my 3rd album, to an extent I've earned my stripes, and with the gospel, the crown of Jesus Christ that he received on the cross of Calvary, that really speaks for us. That really speaks for for me personally, and also me being named Esther. Esther was made queen for a specific reason in that palace. And I've really taken this season as a moment where God is using me in his own way to really just speak his truth through music, his love, the gospel. And so that's why I've named it Crown Umwala.
Gift transmission, I'm sure ule nguva muntu wandi. Uli mubemba wakwisi. Tuwebe Umwala. Confirm with me. I'm trying to understand that Bemba term. I'm Bemba Mwansa.
Yeah.
Umwala. Nkwisa.
Chibemba
Mubemba nkonko.
I think Mubemba nkonko.
Mubemba wakwisa.
I think Mubemba nkonko.
But let's talk about the packaging of the album. How many songs? The body of the work. Who featured in the album?
So we can't really mention that just yet, but it will be made public very, very soon in terms of the track list. But I'm really, really excited. PMC, of course, you know, maybe I can share one if I'm allowed.
Yeah. Is the team okay? We're okay. Yeah.
So definitely, I think this one is a given. It's a must for this person. Maybe you can even guess it.
Pompi,
of course. Pompi is on the album. Pompi is on the album. We have quite a diverse sound, which is still not very far from the Esther Chungu that you know. Yeah, we were, you know, experimenting with different sounds, you know, so many different songwriters, producers that we've worked with, you know, beyond, you know, Trudon. He has incorporated so many creatives around the album. And so even just bringing out everything, you know, we worked with McKnight, worked with Stone, who's one of, you know, my favorite producers as well. And just seeing this come to life, you know, a year later is really very, very humbling. And so the whole essence of this album is really to just have people have a great time in the presence of God through the music, you know. It's always been my aim and vision from Mubanga, you know, to April to now, Umwala. So the track list is, I think right now at 14. We made the decision. It was supposed to be about 15, but one didn't really make it, you know, to the list. But yeah, I really believe these songs are worth the while, and even the people who I got to collaborate with. There is 2 international artists. I think for now that's all I'll say. But yeah, it's really exciting.
I was coming to that. I remember the last conversation we had. We're talking about when you went outside the country,
yes,
and you were introduced on the stage. Could it be some certain guest that's where you got some connection somewhere?
You may never know.
Maybe we're trying to connect 1 and 2.
We're trying to connect 1 and 2. Yeah. Well, not that one, but yeah.
But let's talk about this thing as well. As your team, I'm sure you sit down and discuss how you want the album to reach not just your fan base, but people across the globe. Like everybody needs to. Like, what are some of the things that you are putting into consideration, saying, okay, this is how we're going to distribute our album?
That's a very good question. I think one of the big things in the industry is, of course, the power of collaboration. You know, there's some people these people that we've collaborated with, the people, you know, on the international scene, there's fans that they have that have never heard of Esther Chungu. So in us collaborating, that's already a fan base we're trying to, you know, we're trying to get into, and that in itself is some sort of marketing strategy. And also just with the streaming and whatnot, we've really, you know, pushed. The Atmosphere Nation team has really pushed in terms of us being with the right distribution company. Right now we're actually with In Grooves. That's Electromode, and they really like cover quite a lot in terms of, you know, global reach with regards to streaming. And of course you need to do the groundwork as well, because you know, in as much as there's the online presence, people on the ground need to know about the album as well. So definitely we've planned out, you know, a few tours here and there. A few things need to be tightened, but Raymond Events is on top of that, so we're truly grateful for that. Really, I'm just a face. I'm just showing up. The people doing the crazy work, you know, are really putting in their all.
So how do you coordinate with your team? Like, you guys sit down and you are just told, saying, okay, this is what we're working towards, and you're okay with them. Do you guys sometimes disagree? You feel like you as an artist, you also have a say in what they make as decisions towards the music.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of having a team. You know, it's not what Esther says is what goes. There's things that they can see that I may not be able to see, you know, especially being more of a creative than a business, you know, person. That's where the importance of having different people in the team comes in. So definitely we get to sit down, we get to see what's working, what's not working, what we can do better, for the betterment of this particular project. Yeah.
Let's talk about something, as we are still discussing about your album.
Yeah.
I remember I had Chef 187 on this show when he was launching his album as well. We had quite a number of conversations. We spoke about quite a number of things. I asked him this question. Is there a point that you wake up and look at yourself and you are super proud of yourself, and you just look at you saying, okay, this is what I've done in my life. And you just ask yourself saying, imagine I was not Esther Chungu, I'm just someone else. Would I be proud of myself?
Oh, that's a very interesting question, because I wonder how I would have been if I wasn't, this Esther Chungu. You know, maybe I would have still been quite content, I guess. But definitely, how far God has brought me is really a testimony, PMC. And just seeing how He's still growing me, still growing the brand, is really very, very humbling. It goes to show just how possible it is. This is just a young girl from Matero, didn't have much, didn't have many connections, but to see where God has, brought me from the official start in 2016 is really something beautiful, and I really can't give up now. There's so much more to do. So I'm really grateful, and I pat myself every now and then, like, you're doing it, continue walking.
Are you aware that you're one of the biggest gospel artists, not just gospel artists, but you're one of the biggest? I'm trying to understand that feeling. That feeling, okay, because there's a point where you are pushing as a human being, and we still want more, you get. And before we know it, the life that we're living now is the life that we have.
It's true. It's true. It's
and
true.
you find that most people are getting depressed because they're looking for more things than what they have. In your case, are you grateful with what you have achieved so far?
Oh, definitely, PMC. That's actually a very important question. And sometimes, of course, being an artist, you have all these aspirations, you have all these, aims and goals. I would like to do this by 2024, by 2025. But at the end of the day, also remember where you are at now in 2023 is not where you were at in 2020. It's not where you're at in 2018. And we need to be grateful for those moments. I know it's difficult sometimes because, how life sometimes turns out. But really, I've had a really beautiful journey so far, and I really can't take that for granted. I'm really grateful to God. So definitely being content with where you are, but being bold enough to to not stay complacent. I think that's the aim. Yeah.
Your request to the people who are watching right now, and also your album. Is going to be launched in Lusaka.
Yes.
And we have complaints from people.
I know.
Copper belt people always complain about such things.
I know.
It's artists, their focus is just Lusaka. Please talk to your people before I get to be answering questions.
My people, especially my Copper family, we are on top of things. I promise you, we are on top of things. And you look back at this interview and you say, okay, Esther really has our back. So don't worry. Of course, usually things are easier because we live in Lusaka. So launching something from from where you stay is a little bit easier than you starting from somewhere else, and I feel maybe that's why we usually tend to do that. But definitely you guys are on our hearts, you're on our minds, and we are planning something, and let Ramon Events take that up. I'm sure they know what it is that we need to do. And definitely thank you so much for the support, thank you so much for the love. We have felt it, we have seen it. Mukese kwa album launch so we'll see you there at the music club.
All right. Before I let you go, anything that you like to talk to your fans, a new artist who's starting up, what should they expect in the industry? Something that you feel like they don't know. Sometimes we admire people on TV right now and we think like it's so easy. Anything that they should expect in this game?
That's a very interesting question, and very, very important actually. I think what you should expect is the importance of you knowing who you are and what it is you're doing. Because today PMC can't come and do something, tomorrow he's something else, the next day he's something, he's confusing us, the fans, he's confusing himself, so you need to have a backbone, you need to know who you are, you need to know what you're standing for, and stand your ground no matter what, and it will all make sense in the long run.
Esther, it was great having a quick conversation with you.
Thank you very
much.
Thank you so much for having me.
I know we had to drag you somewhere, guys.
I don't know what happens, man.
Yeah, thank you very much to the team for allowing us to have a conversation with you. And we are counting down to your album.
Yes.
I can't wait to get to have
see you there.
those samples. I'm going to make it. Whether you invite me or you don't invite me, I'll pay for a ticket. I'll find my way at that album launch. But we are looking forward. We're looking forward to those features.
Thank you, my brother.
Yes, we appreciate right here. The next time, we should get to have have a conversation, maybe if they allow us, with one of the team from Esther Chungu, just to get to find out. Background, you know, it's also important to find out some details right here. So yeah, those are a few things. Make sure you find your way at Esther Chungu's upcoming album launch. We should get to give you more details. Pamene Pan Prime TV, Payatu Vibes.
Hey,